What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Exodia-Man here with Top 16 player. What's your name, bud?
Octavio Santiago.
How you did today, buddy?
Not so well in the top 16, but it was.
How you feel, though?
I just hate Maxi.
All right. Anything you want to say before we jump into your deck profile?
I just want to give a shout out to Manny and Malcolm for helping me create this genius. It's actually a really good deck, but you know, it just loses to Maxi. You just can't do it.
All right. So what's that called?
I called it Zoofos.
Zoofos. All right. Let's get into
Probably gonna take a different shape. So the deck list is 3 silver, standard Metalfoe, 3 gold driver, 3 volt flame, 3 stealing, 3 Bismuth gear. I was actually we were talking about playing 2, but I figured the third one might come in handy because like you need all the Metalfoes to play Metalfoes. So like I figured it wouldn't hurt that much to just play the third one. Standard Magic Specters, 3 Bambukus, the 1 Kirin, and I chose to play the Nakamata. I still think it's really good. It sets up a lot of plays with the Takum Borg, and like the End-Phase Surge still comes in handy every now and then for like to have the monster, the extra monster in hand. It was 3 Eccentric Archfiends, and to complement the Eccentric Archfiends, it was the Tour Guide. I'll explain the Tour Guide in a minute. Of course, the 1 Rescue Rabbit. I played the zoos in it, so it was the 3 rapiers, the 1 whiptail, standard zoo combos. And to get to the zoos, the tour guide was one of the cards that got to the zoos. There was also 3 Terratops and 1 Takum board, as I mentioned before. It was pretty much all to just like combo out zoos, so that way you can end with the Drancion board as another like interruption card. And then as more interruption cards, I still played the standard Cleafort, Scout Cleafort Monolith. It's slowly losing like its power creep as far as like it being like the infinity being good, because there's just like so many cards that just out it, but like it's still good for like the 1-for-1, and it's like I still think this combination of cards is free, because like Metalfoes, like if you open the Summoner's Art, you have this for free with any Metalfoe monster or like Metalfoe monster Eccentric Archfiend, you know, completed scales. And like it's still good to have as like the normal monsters. Like the 28 defense is hard to deal with, the 24 body is hard to deal with, and like using them for fusion materials for Alchemist and Metallium is pretty simple. And then of course, fuck this card, excuse my language, but
It's all right.
Maxi is like, it was the bane of my existence this entire weekend. Like the last round of Swiss, I lost game 3 versus Ned, last round of Swiss, because he Maxi'd me on my opening turn of Summon Tour Guide. The game would have been over if he didn't Maxi me.
Yeah.
And in top 16, he goes first, makes his zoo board, activates Maxi, I lose game 1. I go first game 2, attempt to make my zoo board, he Maxis, I have to pass my turn. You know, with the standard Metalfoe play, he makes his play, I try to Maxi him as much as I can, and then like he makes his play, gives me like 2 cards, and then I draw, he Maxis me again, and I just can't win. So that's the monster lineup. I don't know how many monsters. I think it's like 35 monsters or something like that. It's a lot of monsters. 37 monsters.
37. Wow.
And the spell lineup is very simple. It's 1 Metalfoe fusion, 1 full Metalfoe fusion. I actually wanted to cut this because like it didn't really come up often. Like most of the Metalfoe fusion monsters I was gonna put on board was gonna be from this, and like there wasn't really that many like defensive fusion plays. Like it's still pretty good, but like if it comes up that it's like useless, I might end up cutting it. The all famous Storm.
Yes.
People say that it's probably bad to play this right now, but it's still like my #1 engine starter, because it's like the Metalfoe combos. They like I can like scale up Metalfoes to pop into my combinations, and scale up another one to pop into another combination. Pop my combinations away. Now I have not only extra deck monsters on top of my extra deck, but I also have completed scales again with fuel for Mithrilium if I summon the Mithrilium. So like I still think it's pretty good to play in the deck, and it just like out like this against Paleo's auto win, this against like any demise variant that people usually have problems with auto win. Like you don't have to worry about the rogue decks because they're gonna set their multiple back rows and you're just gonna blow them out with this card. And like I think it's a lot better than that 1 spot removal MST, because like I get to not only start my combos over combination, but I get to also disrupt my opponent's back rows as well. And then the searchers is the 3 summoners are. I played 1 painful decision because I don't like drawing multiples of this card. Sometimes it's not even necessary. And like you go through your Metalfoes, like if you open Metalfoes, you go through your Metalfoes so much that these end up being dead. And like I just didn't like playing like it. I played the 1 because you wanted to like, if you open with it, it's good. You know, late game if you can resolve it, it's good because it gives you the extra monster, it gives you the extra scale of your choice, and like it's only good because you can choose 1 or 8. So like I kept it at 1 just for the utility, and there's no desires in the deck. I played 0 desires. This was the straight up spell lineup right here. I figured, you know, if I'm gonna be playing against Infernoids all day, I'm not gonna give them free lawn mowings and stuff like that. That's why the deck is 55. And the trap lineup was 3 Metalfoe combinations to combo off with the Storm. I believe this is a lot better because against Infernoids, they're gonna want to like Devi out of your back row, so you get to like actually like maybe attempt to push a playback by searching your Metalfoe monsters and stuff like that. And then we chose to play 1 Metalfoe counter. I still don't like this card, but it has its uses. Like the fetching the Metalfoe monster for like completed scales is good, and like not dying to like board wipes of like Interrupted and Onukus and stuff like that. But like I wouldn't cut it, but I wouldn't play more than 1. And then the trap lineup that we just tossed, that I tossed in last minute, it was 2 Solemn Strikes, 2 Dimensional Barriers for the matchups, because I was expecting to see a lot of zoos, so I figured if I go first open these, you know, it should like win me against zoos. And then the all famous Vanity's Emptiness. Actually straight up just won me a game. I flipped Vanity's Emptiness against my round 6 opponent. Shout outs to Rolling Fang. Flipped Vanity's Emptiness against Infernoids, and like it just walked. Like it was just summon monster attack tag, summon monster attack tag game. Like this card is just always gonna be as powerful as it's legal. I don't think it's gonna be legal for much longer, but you want the side or extra?
Yeah, everything.
Alright, so
Extra side.
the side.
You wanna start with the side?
Yeah, I'll start with the side. The side was 2 Fossil Dynas.
Great card.
It never really came up to have it. I started off with Jougans, but they told me that this was better because it had a better body. And like the whole set against Zoodiacs would walk, because like they can't really like outside of like Interrupted, but like they're not gonna interrupt their full board. They can't really like manipulate destroying set monsters. So like they told me that setting it would be good because it would flip and just blow up the board, and then that it's a board wipe at that point. So like this was the better choice to play. There was 2 Ghost Ogres on the side, obviously for zoos. It also came in against like stuff like DDDs, and like I sided them in against Infernoids, didn't see it, but the idea was to hit the Void Vanishment so that way they don't have the Void Feast play when they choose to go first, if they choose to go first. And then it's the 3 Lancias, or you know, as we'd like to call it, the Infernoids end their turn when you trigger it. And then the standard interrupted package, which was 3 interrupteds, 1 of each kaiju, 2 little ones, 2 big ones. Okay. And then Regeki on the side, the team card. That was the 15 card side. All the side deck cards came in handy. It's just, you know.
Now on to the extra deck.
The extra deck was 4 fusions. It's 1 Alcahest, 2 Mithriliums, and 1 Orichalc. Pretty self-explanatory. And then this is where it got complicated. It was the 1 MX Saber Invoker to start the zoo plays. The 1 Super Quantum Grand Pulse. It was in case like I had to start up my scales, like if I played with nothing but Metalfoes. Like I could pop my own combinations during my turn 0 to like get the scales moving. The 1 Totem Bird, as you know, the spell negation for like the Terratops, Akatomors, all the Mash Specters and stuff like that. The 1 Breaksword. It didn't come up much. I went into this a lot in my top 16 match because it came up that it was the best card to resolve to help my combos start. And like it didn't come up much in Swiss, but like I thought I was gonna want to take it out, but it's actually just necessary. You just need it. It's the best rank 3 you can possibly go into at times. And then the standard zoo package, the 1 Broad Bull, the 1 Tiger Mortar, the 1 Broad Bull, and the 1 Dryden, you know, for standard. I complemented it with the 1 Emerald to get the free draw and to like shuffle back, to recycle like the Takum Tom boards. Like if I tour guide into Invoker, I get to detach the tour guide to shuffle the tour guide back in at the end of the combo. If I Takum Tom board, if I Terratop and Takum Tom board, I get to shuffle back the Takum Tom board so that way it's live again with the rest of the Terratops in the deck.
Wow.
And like if it's Rescue Rabbit into the 2 level 3s, I get to shuffle back the 2 level 3s back in the deck so that the Painful Decision is live. So like it was more so to shuffle back the stuff that wasn't zoos. Because like once I get this out, I really didn't care much for the zoos to go back in. They're just fodder at that point.
Okay.
Like it was just a 1 and done combo, and then the Infinity package.
Okay. All right.